fuck!
You don't have to rush on my account.
I'm not really that good at burps, but farts, on the other hand, there's an art form here.
There is an art form. You don't. It's like, you know, you want it to really be good and last a long time, but you don't want to shit your pants.
Oh.
I
tend to have the Michael. You've shared a hotel room with me.
I know.
You know, I tend to have the Michael Jordan of farts. Fucker hangs in the air forever, like Space Jam and shit.
Even if he breaks it off, it's like a Zeppelin. It's just fucking hanging there. You're like, oh, fuck, what happened?
Just says this. Has this density to it.
It's exactly like a Zeppelin, like the Heidenberg. That fucker's on fire and flaming and
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Hindenburg.
The Heidelberg?
Heidenberg? Heisenberg. Now I'm getting confused with Breaking Bad.
The Heisenberg. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this one-time podcast. We have new people. Chris and Jay had shit to do. We told you last week that Darmada's doing another show, so they're practicing tonight, which is pretty cool. I'll be there. Cool. And in their place, we got Matt. We've had Matt on before.
Hey.
Matt McGuire, and we've got Ken Hayes. Ken Hayes, say hi, Ken Hayes.
Hi, Ken Hayes.
This guy has been in some kind of crazy kooky bands in the area. Why don't you tell us about your endeavors, my friend?
All right. So probably what I'm better known for is for the last 10 years I've been in Fall of Olympus.
Yeah.
Which is metal band for all due purposes. We try not to call ourselves death metal because apparently that's a really psychotic fan base that will just let you know how exactly they feel about you when you call yourself death metal. But as far as vocals go and everything and lyrical content, as far as I'm concerned, it's death metal. But
I call you guys a death metal band.
Yeah, because it's all that guttural, toilet talk.
This guy he can growl like you fucking never heard, and do some.
And do the high stuff. So I've been doing that for 10 years, and we've actually got a single coming out here soon.
Oh,
so hopefully
cool.
The mix is.
Is there a title?
Yes. It's called Apathetic Holocaust.
Nice. That sounds very death metal-y.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's a little. It's the last song we wrote. So it's like the newest song, and like we just wanted to get it recorded because just. We're getting older, and we don't have money because we're terrible businessmen. So, great musicians don't know how to make a goddamn dime doing it. But but of course, that's what we get for doing death metal. There's no money unless you're Death Clock. But so we did that together, and it's based off of Pompeii. And the events of Mount Vesuvius, which basically buried it in ash, and crystallized everything.
That's cool.
Well, there was an eyewitness account to it, so the song is kind of based off of that eyewitness account, and like watching this village like be destroyed, and in that moment has an epiphany that the Earth isn't an entity. It has no. It just is what it is, and it doesn't care. It's indifferent about man. So that's kind of the whole thing about it.
That's cool.
So like the In the Air Tonight of death metal.
Now I just want to cover it.
Very nice.
I can feel it calling in the air tonight.
I'm on fire.
And then because
that's cool, man.
Yeah, and then because I'm really good at doing all that stupid shit, with my voice, I'm in this project called Dingers, which is
I've done that once with you.
At
the warehouse. Not
you probably don't know
Dingers
anything about
is a bunch of it's I don't know how you describe it. It's a lot of noise.
It's a bunch of
chaos.
It's a bunch of local accomplished musicians sick of making music. So we get together, and it's improvisational noiseescapes.
We have
soundscapes.
Lots of things to make sounds with.
This makes me think of like Pigface or.
Not too familiar with that.
Looser than Pigface.
Somebody's. Maybe you were the one that mentioned it. I definitely heard that name brought up.
Pigface was like Trent Reznor, Al Jurgensen.
Oh, okay, that's exactly what it sounds
like. They would all get together and just. There's always random people though.
You never
I would liken it to if you've ever seen like back when like the freeform jazz thing was happening. If you've seen any documentaries on it, obviously we weren't there, but it's like musicians, even just musicians jamming. You'd get together and just like feel out like a rhythm and get going, and then someone would have like a particular thing that kind of caught everybody else's ears, and everybody would be like, all right, go, and then that person would kind of bring it up, and then everybody would bring it down a little bit, and then it would switch and kind of go back and forth.
It's
real free form.
Oh yeah, completely free form.
This guy's making crazy sounds and shit. He's not like singing, he's like talking, he's like reading Mary Had a Little Lamb or some shit. Were you reading some children's books or something?
We wear masks when we do it live.
Nice.
We've done Fright Nights a couple times because Craig McGinnis is in it.
Yeah.
So Craig McGinnis is in it. Becky Osborne, Adam Phillips.
I'm super ready now because I have 2 masks.
Yeah,
wrestling masks.
We're we've been wanting to do something this year because we haven't done anything since Fright Nights, but it's
and now I got my
and then and I feel so bad. Yaz, I can't remember his last name because it's Yaz. So you just who else is Yaz?
Nobody else is Yaz.
Yeah. So that's like the core 5, but then like we'll bring in additional people
Kenny
or
5.
Okay.
Singer from Ferocious Stones. He'll come in. He's got his crazy fucking electric skateboard. That he made and shit, like all kinds of wacky shit. He's got he's got this what do they call it? It's like a light bulb thing. Goes
theremin.
He's got
theremin,
got a light theremin that he made.
That with
and he's got
Stones
hooked up to knobs and shit. And
it's just all very improvisational. It's kind of a band because everybody kind of has like what they bring to it. Like like Becky's mostly percussions.
Yeah.
And then Craig is like keyboards and things like that, and then Adam is strings and things like that, and then I kind of do more vocal stuff. But
if I get to jump in again, I'm bringing the bass.
no, absolutely. But it's completely improvisational. There is no going into it. It literally is just like somebody will just start playing with something usually, and then we just build from that, and it'll like become something, or it'll just completely collapse, and then we'll just bring it up again. But mostly it's fun. The best way to describe it is just like fever dream soundscapes is the best way I can describe it, or bad time at a drum circle is what we like to call it.
Yeah.
But
is it really a good time at a drum circle?
If you're into the smells. But
if you're feeling particularly Odie, I don't know.
But so that's so those are like my 2 musical projects, and then from that everything else I do is just I'm a cartoonist.
Yeah.
But everything I do in Dingers and Fall of Olympus just kind of stemmed from voice acting because it just once you.
Have you done some like voice stuff?
I have, and I haven't. I haven't done anything professional. Anything I've done, it's all been amateur. The Mitch S. Smith's Honey Turnip Yogurt commercial. That's something we did with Chris Pirano.
That was cool.
Yeah. I want to do more stuff like that. But
he's got such a crazy range, like with his voice.
Cool.
I've heard you do some shit. I'm like, but
well, and Scruffles helps. My megaphone.
Yeah.
Have you? Speaking of everything that we do with special effects and costume making. Have you seen Scruffles?
Not recently, no.
Screaming asshole with teeth.
No.
So I use a megaphone, right?
Okay.
And it's it's very similar to one that Craig has, but. Becky wanted to have a mermaid bathroom in the house, so we just have these bags full of shells, and I got all these cone shells, and I'm just like, oh, these kind of look like teeth.
Yeah.
So I just took tweezers and a shit ton of hot glue, and I just started making rings of teeth inside the cone of the megaphone.
Oh my god.
And then I painted it, and we kind of gave it like, we put triple thick on it to make it look just wet, and we took this fake fur and put it around the rest of it, so it just looks like it just so it's Scruffles, the screaming asshole with teeth.
Oh my god, I gotta see this.
Yeah. I'll have to show you guys pictures when it's over.
The bunghole of Scarlac pits.
Yeah, exactly. It just looks like a dog's prolapsed asshole. Like
Nice.
But
That's amazing.
But with that though, the fun thing with it is that because it's a megaphone, there's that bit of a lo-fi effect. So like whatever you do, just kind of already has like this weird creepiness to it. Yeah. So like, and it's a megaphone, so I can adjust it, so I can get it real quiet, so I can do like real small noises into it, or then pull back and just do the bigger stuff that I do.
That's cool.
But
you'll have to send me a picture of it. I can put it on the
absolutely,
the Facebook page.
Yeah. No, Pirano, we were supposed to do a jam session one night in full costume because we're going to try and film it, and because this thing thing is just like such a big production because there's stations basically, so it's just tables just covered in shit,
tons and tons of shit.
That's cool.
You know, I got all these PVC pipes that I use that make noises, and I got like all my stuff, and then everybody has their own thing. So it's real hard to get organized. And unfortunately, that night fell through, and I'm just like, well, screw this. I made Scruffles. I got the full outfit on.
Yeah.
Let's do a photo shoot. So me and Becky did a photo shoot with Chris over at Lot 23. So there's a lot of really cool shots from that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm really hoping we can do something visually again real soon because like it's a lot of fun because it's you know, when you've been in music for so long and you're just, especially like with Fall of Olympus, because we're just so technical and tight and like everything is like precision, to have this like really free form, it's liberating actually. It's the best way I can describe it.
It's like throwing up.
Yeah, exactly. You're just kind of sick of having to spin, so you just puke to feel better.
Vomit all this other stuff out.
There's like all these other noises that I've been making that that I do in the shower or when I'm in the car by myself that I can't do in Fall of Olympus, so I just do it in dingers.
You can't make those sounds.
Yeah, no, you can.
Any kind of... He should like totally be one of the aliens in like Men in Black.
Oh yeah. No, that's and that's the thing is just like, oh god, I'm gonna be talking about myself now. Good, this is fun. But that's really kind of like the stem of everything, because that's something else I want to do with Chris. Is I want to kind of do like instructional videos, because like I've been doing it for 10 years. I can still.
Can you do your throat singing thing still?
Oh, cool.
Do it in the mic. Do it in the mic.
Hold on.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah,
A little out of practice.
Yeah, you gotta get warmed up. Yeah, that stuff, it's all
cool
warmed
as
up
shit,
stuff.
man.
But that's kind of like the extent of everything. So but yeah, so you just kind of just, you know, it's all voice acting. That's like
cool,
where I
man.
like the secret. So
I always thought it would be a lot of fun to like do voiceovers for like cartoons and stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because it's a good time. It's like, you know, like if I was to do it and I had to do like, you know, like that like deep like jazz DJ voice, like I would go to a club the night before and just get hammered and breathe in a lot of cigarette smoke and just yell and talk to people. Be like, yeah. And it's like my voice drops an octave after I've been to Respectables all night. Mm-hmm. It's like really low, like lower than I can go right now, and like in that deep kind of grumble, you know, and it's like it's sexy as shit, you know.
Hey, how you cool cats doing?
I don't know anything about that voice.
No. So Matt, I think we should introduce Matt here.
Yeah, please do.
What is it you do, Matt?
I'm a cat wrangler.
You are not a cat wrangler.
Technically,
he's a titty commander.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the guy who's...
Tell them what they won, Matt.
Tell them what they won, Johnny. Well...
Matt's DJ at a strip club.
They won 3 songs, $30 right now. Get your favorite girl. Get her in your lap.
He's a titty commander.
Yeah.
And this is the bozo that I go to Dragon Con with and all these other crazy events where we dress up in crazy shit. And actually, we're going to Atomic Falls
Arkansas.
next, which will be a lot of fun.
Just over 60 days.
It's in May.
And that's the one in Arkansas.
Arkansas, at an abandoned theme park.
Right,
from the 50s.
Yep, which they shut down in the 80s.
It's based on a cartoon, right?
Yeah, Little Abner.
Little Abner.
Oh,
which is like an old school, like our parents type of cartoon. Well, my parents anyway. And
So it's just like this. It's just like this theme park in the woods that's just been abandoned for 20 years.
Yeah,
it's been sitting there unused and unkept, and they're not doing anything with the grounds. They're leaving it all as is. They're just gonna set up.
Someone got the rights. They're like, hey, we want to have an event here, and we're not going to do anything to anything that's there.
Yeah.
And there's a lake there, and they've told everybody, do not go in the lake, do not drink from the lake, do not touch the water.
Why would you want to?
Yeah.
But, I mean, people be like, oh, look, a lake. Here in the woods. That's nice. Apparently, there's something bad in the lake.
Oh, well, of course there is.
It's in Arkansas.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking lake in an abandoned theme park in Arkansas. Surprised fucking Voorhees isn't just waiting at the bottom to fucking murder teenagers.
For real. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be.
It's like you touch the surface and a fucking like blade comes out and cuts your hand off.
Actually, I honestly, I think you'd be lucky if there was a serial killer. Chances are that water's probably just contaminated and you just shit blood for 3 days.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even then, they're going to allow access to some of these buildings that have been unused and unkept for all these years. I'm going to assume they're going to have to clean those up somewhat, but,
Yeah.
I mean...
Well,
what's to say
clean
these
them up,
things-
and then like, what's the guarantee that they're not just going to fall on people?
Exactly.
I'm glad we have some other friends. Our friends Kurt and April are going too, so I'm glad we have like a group. Because I don't know how sketchy these people are going to be. You know, it's like
Yeah, you're like, you
It's Arkansas.
show up and there's just like one other guy.
No, well, it's sold out.
Yeah.
And it's
There's-
that's good.
They're capping.
225 tickets, so it's sold out. So we know there's going to be 225 people there that weekend. You know, 221 of them we're not going to know. And,
Yeah.
actually, I've met a few through Facebook, but and they seem pretty cool. But it's definitely a different group than what we're used to encountering at our Dragon Con events and stuff.
I would
This-
imagine. Yeah.
This will be our first event, like primitive camping
Yeah.
event, like dressed up kind of deal, like
Oh, that-
themed event.
It's
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
immersive.
Yeah.
Like they tell you, like don't walk around in normal clothes. You have to be in
Yeah.
character
In-
the whole
Oh,
time.
the whole time. Yeah.
So if you're
So I'll be
getting
wearing
if-
that.
if you're in your tent and you got to get up and go clear across the grounds to the bathroom in the middle of the night, they're like, throw something on. Don't just go across the grounds.
Don't want to ruin the experience for somebody else.
Yeah, don't go across the grounds in your flip flops and tank top.
Yeah.
Carrying
yeah.
your igloo cooler, you know.
Yeah. I'd probably just do it naked.
Yeah, that's
well,
fine.
That
Yeah.
would fit the thing.
Well, not the whole thing, but just if I had to, like,
Yeah.
if I got to shit in the woods, I
Be
mean,
the naked guy of the wasteland.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that guy. Ah, it's Naked Ken.
It's just like, I'm not going to take 15 minutes to put on a costume to take a 3-minute shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, a shit in 3 minutes?
Oh, it's just like yeah.
Speed shit.
Yeah, I only can do that when I'm working.
Dude, I've been there when he's like I gotta take a shit so bad, and I'm like yeah, he'll put on like a song that's like a minute longer or something, and he'll be like, I'll be right back, and then he's like back in 2 minutes, and he's still got 2 minutes of the song playing or something. I'm like, wow.
Like, it's the fastest shit ever. You got to wait till that
I'm like, did
turtle
you
head's
even
posed.
sit?
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
No, you can't sit, dude. That's the death. Like, you have to like run in, hover over that bowl,
Power shit.
push like a power lifter. Boom. Okay, wipe, wash hands, get the fuck out. You know, song ends, you're fucked. I usually use a song like
This guy.
Marilyn Manson, Don't Like the Drugs, Drugs Like Me, because it's like 5.5 minutes.
This guy, the first DragonCon, brought his own toilet brush.
Oh, dude, we gotta do that every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I thought that was awesome.
This hotel room.
I'm like, I don't want to
courtesy.
see your poop
Nobody
as
wants
much as
to
you don't
your
want me to see
Yeah,
see your
who
poop.
wants to see somebody else's skid marks, man?
It's con etiquette, I guess.
I guess so, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's since the hotel.
But
I'm
I'm wondering for this primitive camping thing, like,
dig a hole.
is there going to be like
No.
portlets?
No, why would there
Yeah,
be?
they're gonna have portalets.
Oh, are
They'll
they?
have that whole setup.
That's not very.
I don't know what
not very
my
primitive.
plan on that is. I guess it'll depend on where our campsite's located.
Yeah, hopefully not right next to the portlets.
Well, if it's convenient to go to the portalet, I'll happily use the portalet. If
I just want
not,
to smell shit the whole time.
I'll hide behind my truck and our trailer and
Yeah.
do what I got to do.
You just go downhill and dig a hole.
Oh, man, I'll shit in a bucket.
Shit in a bucket.
Yeah, man. Use a trash bag and shit in a bucket right in the trash bag and close up the trash bag. You good, man. That's primitive camping for you, bro.
Call that revenge. Just shit in a bucket for 6 months.
I knew someone that got evicted, and so they took the air filter out of their AC. What do they call that? The AC.
The AC filter.
the
The
handler?
intake.
The intake filter. Yeah.
Yeah, they took the vent down, or the filter, took shit on it and put it back up in there,
Oh, wow.
and then shut the AC off. So then it just sat up in there forever.
And then it kicks on for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, ooh, revenge is a dish.
Best served warm. Room
Best
temp.
served warm. Blah.
Oh God, yeah, because I'm just because at Florida, so you just know it's just been yeah.
Just brewing.
Oh yeah, just in humidity.
Yeah.
It didn't dry out.
The other day I walked out of our shop. the old shop, the tattoo shop in Lake Worth, and it smelled like shit. I'm like, who shit in the parking lot? I'm like, one of these fucking transient motherfuckers took a dump in the parking lot somewhere. I'm not gonna go find it, but I can goddamn well smell it. I'm like, seriously, what the? One day it was a Sunday. I remember because I was going to brunch.
Sunday.
And
Sunday.
There's a Walgreens on Lucerne and Dixie. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yes.
9 a.m. Sunday morning, driving down the street, going to get breakfast. I look over. There's a lady dropping a fucking deuce on the sidewalk in front of Walgreens. Right out in the open.
That's some Trinidad shit.
Not in a bush. Not in the grass.
Yeah,
Not even behind something.
Just right on the hot asphalt.
Right. Like where the sidewalk comes out to the parking lot?
Ah, I see what you did there.
Asphalt. Nice. right there. Deuce. Sunday morning. I'm like, fucking animals, man.
No, because animals even have the decency to fucking bury it.
Hey, at least go on the grass.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right there. Sidewalk.
The question I have here is, was she wearing her Sunday best? Was she in her church clothes?
She was wearing a dress.
Well, I mean, it'd have to be her best compared to her. I mean, you're just shitting in a parking lot, so anything you do after that is just
uphill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bar is just so low you could trip over it. So you don't really have to do much else after that. You just have to just not do that again.
It's already a better day.
Yeah, I only shit once in public.
Oh my god. Hot shit. That's right. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's the Ghost in the Shell movie coming out.
Yes.
That's hot shit.
Live action.
This, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen like the favorite things that ever happened in my fucking head. That's what that shit looks like. Yeah, I see that. I see that trailer. And I'm like, yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
And I actually just recently watched Ghost in the Shell 1. Because there's 2, and there's a series and stuff too.
Yeah,
but the main movies. And I was like, fuck yeah! But the movie is going to be kind of like a combination of 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's elements from both in it, and it's got Scarlett Johansson, who's stupid hot, and I know a lot of people were pissed because they didn't get an Asian to play the character, which that's fucking stupid.
It is. I mean, I get
it, but
the problem is because the climate that's created by social media. And so it's kind of hard to tell who's being serious and who's just trying to be a troll. But with the whole Ghost in the Shell thing and the accusations of whitewashing, the people the source material, the people over in Japan don't even give a shit.
No,
right.
They get it. They're just like, you're a Western company. Why wouldn't you hire a Western actor? And why wouldn't you take an unknown? Because let's be honest. I mean, anime, although it is getting more popular here in America and more mainstream,
still very much subculture.
Very subculture, especially to the general public that Hollywood is trying to appeal to and trying to make that money, because they're obviously investing billions in this, because the whole thing looks like it's Ghost in the Shell, so it has to be CGI. There's no way they can
It's amazing.
I'm sure there's going to be some practical effects, but
here's the thing. If you watch the anime and look at her, she does not look Asian at all.
And
not at all.
Traditionally speaking, most anime doesn't look Asian.
Exactly.
They got giant round eyes.
Yeah.
So wait, has Japan been whitewashing itself? Did
Are
we
they-
Pearl Harbor them so bad that they could only?
they
draw
yellow
round
washing?
eyes?
Is that fucked up? I don't know.
Well, and the other argument too that I've seen that I agree with is the fact that she's fully cybernetic. She's not even human, so
right.
her body is manufactured, so it's not even.
Yeah,
and it's
I'll take one. No, I'll take 2.
but that's the whole thing. So she's not even. So not it's just that's the whole point of the Ghost in the Shell thing is identity.
In Ghost in the Shell, in the first one, I don't know because I've seen it just recently.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy for me.
Towards the end, she's fighting this big she has to fight this big tank thing. She's in her stealth outfit where she's like invisible and stuff, and she goes to fight this thing, and it's like a spider tank.
Yeah,
you know, and she goes to fight it, and she's trying to pull the gun off the top of it, and she pulls so fucking hard you see all her muscles and shit like rippling and bulging on her back and everything, and she pulls so hard that she rips her fucking arms off, and she just falls in a lump on the floor, and she is actually all cybernetic at that point.
Yeah.
So she does have an all cybernetic body.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it's like you know, they're like in, you know, that she's just like a fucking ragdoll, but then they put her in another body, and it's still her. So that's actually accurate.
Yeah,
that's actually accurate.
Yeah. No, that's the
she's
whole.
not like part girl. She's.
Yeah. Well, they kind of they kind of
know,
touch on her past a little bit more. I think in the standalone complex series where they because
they're like
really
yeah
what it
you
kind of
were
becomes. It's like it's just like well that's why they call it Ghost in the Shell is because it's like well where does the definition of a soul and what makes a human end. Yeah. And then the machine take over. So with Major, it's just it doesn't matter what she looks like because she's in a shell. So it's who's inside is the problem.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's just and I feel like it's just a lot of hypersensitivity that's just created by the current social climate. Mm-hmm. You know, and I get it. You know, because like because the big thing is just like a lot of at least in America, not the entire world, but like a lot of people in America have internet access. So it's just like it's like these people have always existed in prior generations. They just never had a platform,
right?
And
exactly. Like with any other situation.
So I just I try to see it from their side, and then I go, oh yeah, no, that's right, I'm rational. So fuck off.
Yeah. Well, with me, it's like I see the trailer and I'm like, I have a cyberpunk boner right now.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
It's just like, holy shit, I could care less who's acting it. I'm just stoked that they made it.
Exactly.
It's like, and the cool thing is like scene for scene, like for the trailer, like having watched the anime, and there's actually, if you look on YouTube, there's some videos where they show like the anime and the movie, the trailer scene, and it's like shot for shot on a lot of them.
Well,
and you're just like, wow, they're paying it. Like, well, the owner, they're really doing it right.
The production company that owns it, they're very pleased with how they're treating the source material.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm.
You can on the whitewashing thing. That's the answer right there. If the people who really own the original source material and wrote it, created it, if they don't have a problem with what's being done, then who the fuck is anyone?
It's not like they're remaking The Color Purple and Scarlett Johansson's playing Oprah.
Yes,
that I would watch.
Just a complete whitewash, The Color Purple.
So would that make it the color white?
The color pink?
The color beige?
The color lavender.
Anyway. So
the color flesh tone.
So in relation to that,
racist bastard's crazy.
I have a project coming up that involves Ghost in the Shell, and Matt here is going to be a part of that. And I don't want to give away everything, but I'm doing a photo shoot.
Secret project.
Photo shoot. But there's going to be other forces involved. Not the people actually making the movie, but we're gonna kind of do a thing that ties in with it. So that'll be really cool. I can elaborate on that. That's going to be actually next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The movie comes out on the 31st, so I want to have the shoot done and everything edited before the movie comes out, so we can actually release it in accordance with the movie. So that's going to be cool.
I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be totally fucking worth it. Yeah, so there's a lot going into it, and it's gonna be super cool, man.
Collaborators, it's pretty exciting to be working with some of these people.
Yeah. So once we do it, we'll elaborate on a lot of things.
Obviously, but
it'd be part of the promotional campaign.
Yeah.
I never had to do a promotional campaign before.
So now, and I take it this is a promotion for your guys' own photography work, right?
For my photography, someone else's clothing.
Okay.
The model.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So it's promotion for all parties involved.
Yeah, Matt is doing behind the scenes stuff. He's doing our social media stuff, all the video like behind the scenes.
Yeah,
all the BTS stuff, and
help Scott with building the set.
Yeah, he's gonna help me build the set, which will be right fucking here. Right. So honestly, next week's podcast may be built in the set.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
huh?
If you don't,
cool.
if you
be a
don't,
little sneak peek.
Yeah, if you don't,
cool.
yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, because we got to get rolling on this shit.
Yeah.
Here's hoping I get invited back.
I got to get some of those really big carabiners. Have you ever seen those big carabiners for like carrying your grocery bags?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to get a couple of those because I got a lot of cables to hang.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have a lot of cables to hang now.
Yes. Thanks to you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So what? You got like a week to do this, right?
Essentially, but there's an issue. My birthday's this weekend, and I'm fucking off on my birthday because it's my birthday. I'm gonna go shooting. I'm gonna eat my favorite burger down at Meat, and do some other stuff. I don't know, but so basically, I'm not working on stuff on the weekend.
Right.
Maybe on Monday a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I was gonna say,
but then throughout all of next week, in the mornings, I'll be coming here and working on shit, and then in the evenings, after work, I'm going to our new. We're moving the shop, the tattoo shop.
Oh yeah.
Haven't talked about that, but where I work, I've worked there for 20 years, 20 fucking years, and we're finally moving the shop. We're expanding. Blah, blah, blah. We painted the walls. We got wood floors. It's fucking bitching, whatever. And it's good shit. And it's really needed, really needed and welcomed. So I'll be doing that shit at night. And we're moving. We're moving a fucking tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And, basically, when I have my birthday and I'm just wanting to fuck off.
Yeah.
And then I have a huge photo shoot coming up. So I have all three things happening at the same time. So, but, I'll take a week off and be fine.
Yeah, I'd probably be crippled on the floor in a pool of my own piss if I had your schedule.
It's I like my schedule.
Yeah.
Last weekend I spent all of Sunday going up and down a ladder putting this rail system in. Like I must have gone up and down the ladder 30 times, 40 times. And then the next day I go to the shop and my boss is he's like, "Can you do the cut-ins at the top of the wall?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder. So all weekend was leg day.
So your calves are probably amazing.
I'm a fucking beast. Yeah.
He was a painting fool.
Yeah. I know some ladders.
Well, I was going to say you could probably use this podcast as a mean. Where I was going with this was using the podcast as a means of getting more cables.
Anybody have any extra cables, hoses, tubes?
I got
anything?
Some hose.
I do not want your hose, Matt. Well, the hose, but not your hose.
But okay.
The sound of acceptance. This is who I am as a person.
So we talked about Ghost in the Shell. Is there any other kind of media shit we should talk about? Any movies or TV things or anything?
Well, we did talk about whitewashing Asians.
Yeah.
Which makes a beautiful segue into Marvel and Netflix latest release, which is coming out this week, right? The 17th?
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
This weekend. Iron Fist.
Thursday. I think Thursday it premieres.
I'm not entirely familiar with Iron Fist. What's the gig?
He is. Do you know him? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Danny Rand. He's a a Batman type, if you will, like a billionaire.
Okay.
He was a billionaire child though, but small child, and his parents get killed, or he ends up in.
That's a Marvel entity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He ends up at some Himalayan Tibetan monk Shaolin thing, and they start teaching him all this martial arts, and this is just where he ends up, because this is where he gets lost. His parents got the story as I remember, his parents got killed mountain climbing. And he gets rescued by these people,
turns into a kung fu master.
And they make him a badass, and he becomes the Iron Fist, which is more of a spiritual entity.
Was there a movie with Batista as the Iron Fist or some shit?
The man with the
Iron Fist.
Man with the
Iron Fist, but that was
that was different.
Oh yeah, that was.
I never got to see that, and I wanted to see it because I like Batista.
RZA from Wu-Tang Clan.
And you are right about Batista was in that too.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah, I do like him.
He's
too.
cool. I never saw the movie.
He was good. He was good in Guardians.
Yes. I can't wait for the next Guardians to come out.
Yeah, not in any way, shape, or form.
The same.
Yeah, this is this is different. Well, the whole thing with the Iron
also
Fist,
not related to like any sort of Bruce Lee or Jet Li movie.
No, but it would be closer in line with a Bruce Lee.
I would say it's safe to assume though that Iron Fist is inspired by Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I would say,
especially with the Enter the Dragon, just because this is the whole thing. Because I'm not too familiar. I just kind of it's like, oh, this is a thing that's coming out. I should Wikipedia this, and. But like the whole thing is like he's embodied with the spirit of a dragon, right?
When he becomes the Iron Fist, he all of a sudden this dragon tattoo appears on his chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's like the power of the Iron Fist, which is represented by the spirit of a dragon.
Yeah. But then basically, but the thing is that it's a tie-in with the Defenders, which is Iron Fist, Luke Cage. And
Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it ties in that universe. At the same time.
All shows are going to come together into one mini-series, The Defenders.
Ooh, okay.
With all of those characters as
well. All right, I have to watch it then.
And then hopefully they do a spin-off of Heroes for Hire, which is just Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
With
Power
Misty
Man.
Knight and there's talks of that. There's talks of a lot of stuff happening. With
that's
the
cool.
Marvel
Well, just Netflix
right
in general. They've been really
they're just destroying.
They've been
everything.
really smart about what they're doing because they've gone from being a streaming service to actually taking their money and investing it and becoming producers.
Yeah.
And now they're like a channel.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think it's really, really intelligent of them to release a whole series at once because I think as a society, we've all kind of developed a bit more of an attention deficit.
Oh, definitely.
You know, it's like we're all like, we need this now. We need it now. We got shit to do. We got to go. We need little bits of information now quickly. You know, and it's like I personally don't like to go home and sit on the couch every night and watch TV. Like I would rather just be like I don't know, I'm super like focused on what I'm doing. So like I would rather just take a Sunday and be like, this is my day off. I'm going to fucking watch this season of this show.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's going to be a good day. You know, like I like that. That to me is a fucking good time. Like I know a lot of people will like record a whole season of, you know, Game of Thrones or whatever and then they won't watch it until they have 10 of them recorded.
Yeah.
You know, and
Some
then they'll
shows
just
I can't
binge
do
watch
that
them.
with. Game of Thrones is one.
Yeah.
Walking Dead is another. But a lot of the times, the reason why I can't not watch the show is because of all the crap I follow on social media. That's gonna spoiler in the show for me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. There's that. I think I feel that like with the Marvel stuff though, it's like there's not that much of like that going on.
You're right. Well, with Legion, I watched the first episode. I was like, wow, this show is amazing. But there was something about it that made me hold back. And it wasn't in a negative way. It was more like I felt like this. I felt like the show was deeper than what I was catching as a casual watcher for the first episode.
Really? Okay.
But I felt like if I went back and binged the episodes, I was going to hit deeper levels of things in the show. Huh. And I just this past few days binged the first 5 episodes and caught up to it, and it definitely did have a more profound effect. I was taking notes actually during it, like because I want to do like a solid review, but on this season instead of per episode.
Right,
exactly.
And there's just so much cool shit happening on that show.
Really? Okay.
So much cool stuff.
That's like, you know, I love it when like what you were saying, where you can reflect on a whole season. Like when did you see Daredevil?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, the first season of Daredevil, I was like, all right, I know this is gonna be good, but it's like I didn't know it was gonna be good. And like I watched, you know, like the first 5 or 6 episodes was like pretty much just character development. And you're just like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll stick with it. And then like he starts getting his ass beat, but you know he's like persevering.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, go for it. You know, and it's like they build it up, and by the end of the season, you're like, fuck yeah, you know, like this is so fucking good.
It's like, oh god, we're season 2.
Yes,
Exactly.
you know, the Kingpin and all that shit. I'm like, it was so good. It was good.
Which I mean, Marvel's been doing a great job with the MCU and like as far as like movie releases, but the medium of comic books just translates better to TV because it is episodic. And you have to, and there's story arcs that are just so in depth and so long that you have to take an entire season to touch on it, and even then it's not enough.
And they're doing a thing where like there's several shows that are doing this where there's like a continuing story across an entire season.
Yeah.
But within each episode, there's like a sub story going on.
Right.
You know, and I like that.
Sometimes it's several.
Yeah.
It could be
a
a sub story that's
like
also involving a prior past history sub story that is also being woven into the story.
It's great.
You're watching
really
Legion,
good.
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
I haven't seen Legion. I saw the first episode, so I'm not up on that.
Yeah, no. If you get a chance, and it definitely, and like you said, like binge watching because like there is a lot of callback to like other, you know, because
there's a lot of things that where it's like it made more sense as I was watching the shows progressing in order. Yeah. You know, instead of waiting a week and I watch 7 shows in between and I start to get confused and
exactly. And that's kind of that is kind of the downfall to.
Did you watch all of Luke Cage?
Yes.
What did you think?
As a Power Man Luke Cage story, I wasn't like, because I'm not too familiar with the source story, but I understand what I can understand with the power and like with what they touched on from the comics, what they're trying to do with the character. But I thought as a social commentary, I actually kind of enjoyed it a lot more because of just the whole like. You know, just how they. I'm a little buzzed, so I'm I'm like trying to think as I talk, and it's not going too well. But no, I enjoyed Luke Cage. I think like with Luke Cage because of the character, because he's not as well known as a lot of other Marvel characters, they really did have to like invest in like the character development first. So I feel like the second season is going to really like start to, that's when like it's really.
I hope it does. I hope it does.
Because
like, kind of flesh out a little bit more.
Yeah, because because
the first season kind of dragged.
It did, because it kind of focused focused on him as a person in his situation.
Yeah, I think they could have done without the last 4 episodes or 5 episodes and wrapped all that into one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while.
Because towards the end, I was not interested at all in like the last like 4 or 5 episodes. I was like, okay, well, something might happen. And it was like, oh, everybody's still in the nightclub. They're still in the nightclub, and he's mad, and they're still in. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't as enthralling as say Daredevil was.
Right.
Either season of Daredevil. Like,
did you not watch Jessica Jones?
I couldn't get through it. I thought it was very boring.
If you would have done Jessica Jones and then Luke Cage, like as the order they were released, you might have felt a little differently on some of that with Luke Cage because there were tie-ins to Jessica Jones.
Because like from what I've read up about Legion from the comic books. Doesn't seem like they're touching too much on any of that.
No, it's only loosely based.
Yeah, like they've kind of hinted at a lot of that, like as far as the psychological stuff about it. But as far as like his relation in the Marvel universe,
that's that hasn't really been.
Yeah, kind of.
I think that's where it's only based instead of. I don't think they're going to address that. The whole mental health issue that they're dealing with on that show, I think, is super super smart. And,
that I've enjoyed.
I saw like I said, I saw the first episode, and it has that like cool kind of like retro vibe, like 60s, 60s, 70s kind of thing. And I was like, all right, that's cool. That's a little different, you know.
It's I'll say that with the mental health aspects of it, you can almost say it's akin to Sucker Punch in the way she would close her eyes and go out
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was the fantasy scene.
And that's her escape.
It was kind of, in a sense, it was kind of the same setup in this.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Sure.
You mentioned Sucker Punch. I went and saw Sucker Punch, and then Pooch, my boss, he went and saw it, and I go, Pooch, what'd you think of Sucker Punch? He's like, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that movie.
Fair.
I mean, if that's what your internet browser is full of, then of course you're gonna love it.
True story.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
Oh, that's right. No. Yeah. So the way Legion's handling this whole mental health thing, it's given me hope to a lot of the rumors I've been hearing that they might produce a. Originally, it was talks for a Netflix series. James Gunn has made a pitch for a full-length film, but he can't direct it because he's tied up with Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's for Moon Knight. And Moon Knight, Moon Knight's my favorite.
Matt's favorite.
Oh yeah. No, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
He did a Moon Knight costume.
Did you?
Dragon Con.
Oh, nice.
Me and him, and like in suits. He had the Moon Knight in the white tuxedo.
Yeah.
So I did War Machine in
I saw your War Machine. I didn't see your Moon Knight. Yeah.
It's a newer version of Moon Knight where he just wears an all-white 3-piece suit and he puts on the typical superhero mask, and the gloves, and then he just goes out and does his thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a different version of the suit, and it was like a super simple one we could throw together one night.
Oh yeah.
We were styling, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they could do that. Yeah, I'd like the
so there's a lot of talk about them bringing that character to the screen. It'd be awesome.
because that's what I was saying. Yeah, just unfortunately, what I explained to him is just like growing up, like the idea of comics and superhero was always interesting. Because I'm a cartoonist, so that's always I've always been drawn to it. But I just unfortunately just never really invested the time into like dedicating myself to the material. So so it's kind of nice that now that now that there's the money, you have these things coming out that I can actually like watch and like get involved in, and then later go on the internet and then spend like 4 hours just
researching it.
Just doing research after research and realize.
Did you know if you download the Marvel app, like if you have an iPad or whatever, their entire catalog is available, I think.
Marvel Unlimited app.
Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, specifically.
The whole catalog.
It's like $60 a year, and it's like most of the catalog. There's like 20,000 titles that you can just go through and read for $60 a year. And it's all back catalog stuff. They once in a while throw some of the new stuff in there. They have some of them now. This was it's been probably 2 years since I've used that app, so I canceled it. But they had some that were animated, to where you turn the page and it looks like the page is turning, and certain issues had music that went with it.
What?
So while you're listening, as you're turning the page, the sound would be playing, and it would like make explosions and car crashes, and it was really cool.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, because I know that Marvel did a few because they didn't do it with Netflix, but it was available on Netflix. But they did do a lot of like action comics where they would like take the comics and then like through Photoshop and like manipulation move the characters within like the panels and things like that and tell the story that way.
Kind of like the beginning of every Marvel movie.
It was kind of more like a stop motion like puppet show, paper puppet show is the best way I could describe it.
That makes sense. Yeah,
like
the old Gumby and Pokey. Well, not so much Gumby and Pokey because that was claymation, but like,
I'm trying to think if there was like any like major art, like any like art films that had come out that have had that style, but they did like the Black, they did like the Black Panther, or not. Sorry, I'm a little. I think it was the Black. Yeah, I think they did Black Panther. I want to say. Yeah.
Who's your favorite Marvel character? Like, if you had to pick a favorite, did you have one that you really just connected with?
I feel like people might judge me on it. I really
Fuck people, man.
I really enjy the concept of Deadpool.
Books.
Conceptually,
what's wrong with that?
Cool
because I feel like he's just become I don't know why I'm hesitant about it.
It's like saying Wolverine's my second favorite because of Moon Knight, but that's like saying, he's not my favorite.
Because as like a writer and everything, I like the fact that they tie in the whole thing that he's just that he's just such a screwed up character that he just breaks the fourth wall because of it.
Here's what we got to do.
Okay.
Next time this situation happens.
Okay.
If this happens again, where it's the three of us, you're wearing your Moon Knight cowl. You're wearing a Deadpool cowl.
Oh.
And I'm wearing my fucking Iron Man helmet.
Fat pool.
Nice.
Yes.
We'll have to definitely boost your mic, or you'll have to at least leave
Yeah.
it open so we can hear you.
Yeah, because I just, I kind of, because on the internet and things like that, like, he just kind of got made into like macros and like memes and things like that.
Of course, yeah.
So that's how I was originally introduced to him, is just like people would like post like their favorite.
Love the Deadpool movie.
Yes.
I can't. Did you see the trailer for the next one?
Yes.
It's fucking funny as shit.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So many Easter eggs too in that trailer.
Oh yeah, the Firefly
oh my God,
poster
everything
in the back. Yeah.
The Cable. There's a thing for Cable because Cable's going to be in the next movie.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Have they talked about who they're going to cast?
I forget what the fuck his name is, but it's like blah blah blah. It's right on the phone booth.
Oh really?
And, yeah.
Oh,
And
all right.
like,
I'll have to rewatch it.
He's like, why is there a phone booth on a street corner? The fact that they got the rights to use the Superman music, I'm like, what the fuck? How do you do that? It's amazing.
Yeah, I was. God, I'm trying to remember what panel really made me fall in love with Deadpool. I think it was when. Oh God, I saw him get gorged by an elephant tusk. And he's just like, did my guts just go? And he does the onomatopoeia, and I'm just like, okay, I have to check out more of this. And then like, you kind of come, people just like kind of posting their favorite panels, and like, there's the one with like him and like Shadow Cat and Wolverine, and he does the Shadouken on him.
I didn't see that.
What
is it?
Yeah,
what does he do?
That's from an official.
What the fuck is a Shadouken?
It's Ryu and Ken's move from Street Fighter, the uppercut.
Oh, okay.
At least I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. I feel like I just pissed off a bunch of gamer now.
That's
so
fine.
beautiful.
Nobody watches this anyway.
But he's
too busy.
But like Shadowcat's like of course Deadpool and like Wolverine's relationship, like he's giving him shit. Shadowcat starts running her mouth like, hey, how can you talk to him like that? And he's just like, hey, little girl, do you play video games? She's like, no. And it's like something along the lines of losers. And he's like, okay, Shadouken. And he uppercuts her. And I was just like, okay, now I really have to like, I really have to. So when I found they were coming out with the movie, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be fantastic. And of course, you hear Ryan Reynolds' name on it, and I start thinking to like Blade 3 and Waiting and like all these other movies where he just kind of played the sarcastic
dick.
dick.
Perfect for that.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, holy shit, he is Deadpool. Like this is beautiful. And of course, the movie came out, and me and Becky went to go see it. As our first couples movie. When we're dating, and it's just like now it's our movie. Because as they say in the movie, her crazy matches my crazy. So
I gotta say, I think that he was cast as perfectly as Robert Downey Jr. was cast for Iron Man.
Yeah,
I
Chris
think
Evans
like
too
for Captain America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he
Marvel's
is
on
Captain
point,
America.
dude. Marvel is on point. They don't fuck up, like except for Nick Fury, but we'll let that slide.
Well, that also wasn't their studio.
Oh no.
Wait,
was it?
Yeah, no, Nick. Yeah,
wasn't Ghost Rider not produced by Fox? I mean, not produced by Marvel. It was produced by Fox.
No, Nick Fury. What are you talking about, Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that's Nick. Oh, Nick Fury.
Yeah. Are you thinking Nick Cage?
Sorry, I thought you were saying Nick Cage.
No, Nick Fury.
Yeah,
he's a white guy, but that's okay. Sam Jackson is cool.
Well, I was gonna say, but like before they did the movies, didn't they retcon Nick Fury to look like Samuel L. Jackson, or was that because in response to the movie?
I don't know about that.
I don't know what the storyline was, but there was an entire storyline where Nick Fury was now a black guy in the comic series, and that's why they changed it in the.
Huh.
Yeah, I feel like they modeled it after Samuel L. Jackson
like
originally.
90s or 2000s when I wasn't reading comics.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if I understand correctly, it's like one of those things where like because it's Nick Fury, he like fakes his own death. And
they had LMDs, life model decoys, which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just wasted a whole season on. And yes, wasted. I watched that show just for the Easter eggs because it's fucking terrible.
I like how that show is tied in with the movies.
That's the only reason why I watch it.
Yeah.
It's so terrible.
Yeah.
And might as well be.
But I really liked how they did Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was
they did do cool with that.
But he wasn't riding; he was driving. He was Ghost Driver.
So Ghost Rider is made an appearance. I did have him after season. I want to say season 2. Unfortunately, I've kind of fell out with Shield.
They had Ghost Rider on, and the effects were really good.
Yes,
really good. Thing that bothered me is He wasn't riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Which Ghost Rider.
Rider. Yeah.
So he's now Ghost Driver. So Ghost Driver is driving around in fucking Blade's car. Yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
or Xander Cage's car.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. One's got an engine sticking out. Yeah. So I'm like, you couldn't pick another fucking car besides a 1969 Dodge fucking Charger?
Oh no, man.
It's like, God damn it. Fuck you.
But there was also this whole thing where
I'm a car guy, so that bothers me.
Ghost Rider, as Nick Cage played him, was Johnny Blaze. Mm-hmm. And in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was Gabriel. I forget what the hell his last name
is. I think the spirit of vengeance can transfer from person to person.
So there's
I'm giving that
there's become a theory that there's more than one Ghost Rider.
Oh.
Like if you think of the movie where Sam Elliott came in as the cowboy Ghost Rider who passed it on to Nick Cage. So they're saying
he's passing it on though. There's just one.
Right, but now there's this whole theory that there could be like a whole multitude.
He said a-hole.
A-hole. A whole multitude of Ghost Riders.
Which would kind of make sense when you figure like,
almost like an army of Ghost Riders.
Yeah.
And they're supposedly leading up to something with this, whether it's a Netflix series or what.
All right, I'm
they haven't
game.
been clear.
I'm
curious.
Yeah. I like that idea.
I mean, there's so much now that has just been just entertaining. That's really all it is. That if there is a few duds here and there, it's just like, well, that's just the name of the game. It happens.
Well, at this point, I feel like a lot. Obviously, I follow a lot of this shit online, and I read a lot of these articles, and it feels like they're at a position now where they're like, let's just rip the fucking ceiling off and get as much of our material out there. Let's just start throwing shit on screen, not waste production value, but see what's working.
See what sticks.
Yeah, because they're talking about putting characters on screen. The fact that James Gunn would even mention a Moon Knight is ridiculous to me. You know, I would never in my life would have thought growing up that would have ever been a habit.
That'd be like someone saying like, I got a really great idea, guys. Let's do a ROM movie.
Yeah.
Let's do ROM Space Knight.
I mean,
let's just do fucking Toaster Head. It'll be awesome.
Like Moon Knight. Moon Knight's a character that has multiple personality schizophrenia, and is supposed to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Who was at one time just this really fucked up mercenary. So there's a point where he's fighting an enemy.
So he's kind of like a poster child for every charity.
Yes. Yeah. Like there's
ADD, ADHD, fucking every syndrome that you can think of.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like there's a point where he's fighting like his arch nemesis, his Joker, if you will, since they won't want to call him Marvel's Batman. They're like he's fighting this guy and he kills at the end.
Who is this
guy?
He's
fighting Bushmaster. Moon Knight fighting Bushmaster, and he carves the dude's face off and wears it. Yeah, Batman my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's why to me like a character like that's very intriguing. So the fact that they could even talk about bringing somebody like that to screen, they could talk about doing Man-Thing on screen.
Wow, that's crazy.
They're talking about Alpha Flight. There's so many of these subjects, X Factor, Excalibur, so many of these comics that
who was
thought was seen screen.
It wasn't Marvel. It was Image. There was a character. He was kind of like Cable, but he had one arm on this side and like three on this side. He's part of like X Factor or X Force. He's part of X Force. Do you remember? Do you know who that was? He had three arms on one side and one on the other.
That's your guys.
Anybody? Dude, let us know in the comments down here.
The first thing that's coming to my head that I see.
It was X Force.
See, I don't remember that because the first picture, the only character I'm coming to mind with on that is
Cable.
No, with the extra arms is from Cyberforce.
Cyberforce.
Yeah, Stryker in Cyberforce.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. Stryker. Yeah. They need to make a fucking Cyberforce movie.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I had that. I watched that whole. I got every one of the fucking comics. Cyberforce, awesome, because it was all like kind of like like
Image to
metal,
Top Cow.
metal fucking biomech-y kind of shit. I was just
Yeah.
like, this is like fucking awesome. They're like cyborgs.
That's where I did
I'm all
Ripclaw
about cyborgs.
from.
Yeah.
My first
Yeah.
ever costume
He
build.
did a killer costume of Ripclaw.
To the Image Comics.
Yeah.
Image, and then it went to Top Cow.
Yep.
And it's Cyberforce.
Cyberforce. Cool shit.
I'll look into that.
They're very,
Mark Silvestri
very
was
shiny
the
and
creator.
cool.
He handled X-Men for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that was a good title.
Yeah, that's a
Cyberforce.
great. I love that. That's my shit.
check out Cyberforce. It was cool.
They
Definitely
often
cool.
run. It's an app called Comixology. It's free. It's like an online comic store. You can buy stuff through the Amazon app or whatever if you want, and have it transferred to your Kindle on your iPhone or iPad or whatever, and or the Comixology app. And they often do free comics, and that particular title, Cyberforce, they'll do what they call humble bundles. Humble bundles.
Humble bundles.
Humble bundles, where they will allow you to go into their site or through this Comixology app, and they'll periodically do these where you can buy like their entire catalog for whatever price you want to pay. And it's like they just want people to read their titles, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, and there's something I don't know what it is because I don't watch it, but where they animate, probably like what you were talking about, where they take the comic and animate it using Photoshop. Well, they do that with the whole Cyberforce series as well.
Wow. I gotta check that out. That shit's cool. I like anything like cybernetic or
I picked up on that.
Android, fucking whatever.
You don't say.
Little bit. You motherfucker!
Right on.
All right. I think we got time to talk about one more thing. About games. You were telling me about some.
I was talking about the Nintendo Switch and the Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I
recently
remember playing the original Zelda. That's the only one I've played.
Yeah.
Like way back in the day.
The last installment I played was
walking around bushes and shit.
Years ago.
It's terrible.
When the N64 came out and they had Ocarina of Time. That's the last title I played.
Yeah.
But since then there's been so there's Zelda, then there's Link to the Past. God, I feel terrible because I just I don't really know the subject matter as well as a lot of other people. But basically what Nintendo has done recently with this new system is that it is a handheld portable that can be docked and used to play on a standard TV on a TV, and the controls slide out from the screen for the portable and can be either used as like the Wii nunchucks, or can be put into an actual kind of like a hard N64
like
shape.
a Game Boy.
No, it's kind of more like an actual controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you can kind of slide in. But
that's cool.
But one of the launch titles is the new Zelda game, and what I'm just I've just been binging on it because my girlfriend's son is the one who purchased it and it's been at the house. So, but it's been fun playing it because it's just because obviously like me and Becky and of course her son of course Wade because he's just a huge Zelda fan. But there's just like little nods to like the original games and like older titles and things like that. But then they tried to like breathe in a little bit of new life with it, where there's like there's actually this adventure aspect to it, or at least that's what I'm getting from it. Where there is this massive map, this massive open world map, and it's really open world. You could literally,
that's cool.
if you wanted to, you could literally run to where Ganon is and try to fight him right off the bat. If you wanted to, you'll get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
you'll get slaughtered, but
you can.
But you can if you want to.
You just wander around.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. Wade's been kind of playing a little bit more of the Ark. He's been kind of like occasionally like exploring, but like for me, it's just like, well, as soon as he moves out, this isn't going to be here, so I'm not going to invest in the story too much. So I've just been wandering around, and as you travel, there's just these it really encourages adventuring and exploration, because if you in order to survive, you have to get materials.
That's exactly like I was playing Fallout 4 Fallout 4
See,
on the
I
PS4.
haven't gotten to the Fallout series. I want to, but
I played it for about a year. A year, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I believe you. I've heard the story.
So I went down that rabbit hole, and it's a cool fucking game. I did a lot of cool shit, but it got to a point where like I don't care how many things you release to get me to keep playing it. I'm fucking over it, man.
That's what happened to me with Destiny.
And yeah, he was playing Destiny before that, and he's like, "You got to get a PS4 so you can play Destiny with me." And I'm like, "Yeah, Destiny looks awesome. I want to make all the costumes in it and all this shit." And then like I got a PS4 and I never got Destiny, and he didn't even give a fuck because he was already over it.
Yeah,
pretty much. And my subscription for the PlayStation Network just renewed like 3 months ago, and my PlayStation hasn't been hooked up since October.
Yeah. That's how it goes. Like right now, I don't. I'm like, well, I do have the time, but I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, see,
I don't want to invest it in that. You know, I'm like, I could sit here and fucking explore this imaginary world, or I could go out and I could go make some shit. I could be here doing cool shit. You know, I got a bunch of things I can do. I could take pictures of naked chicks. That's way cooler than playing video games. For me.
Naked chicks, kind of overrated.
Well, you're the fucking titty commander. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
on that note,
the sad thing is, I actually mean it when I say that.
I worked for a porn site for 7 years, so
yeah. 25 years in strip clubs, catching them.
Yeah, tits, whatever. All right, guys.
Fuck off, human.
All right, that's it. We're out. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed any little, even smidgen of this, and tell some friends. Share it on every social network you can think of, and then if you make a new one, share it on that, please. Thank you. If we get 100 followers, then we can have a unique URL, so it'll be a lot fucking easier for people to find the podcast.
Oh, is that the rule?
Right now, it's kind of impossible to find. Like we have our Facebook page because that's easy to find. Yeah. Where we're like, okay, here's the new one, and follow this link to Facebook or to YouTube because it's on YouTube.
How many followers you got right now?
4 million.
So
or 25.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say if we can get to 100 likes by the end of March, I'll see what I can do about getting some naked girls on this show.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Titties.
Woo! Balls in your court.
All right, make it happen. Tell your friends, and you'll see some titties. All right. Woo woo!
Damn.
Fucking Kit came to come get us.
Nice.
What was that? I don't know what that was.
That's why I don't masturbate when I'm on Nyquil.
Nice.